Hey everyone, and welcome back. On this episode, we're getting into the Russell's Reserve Single Rickhouse Camp Nelson B. I'm Tuck, and this is Bourbon Broke. So again, this is the Russell's Reserve Single Rickhouse Camp Nelson B. Now when it comes to the proof on this one right here, it's the highest proof of any Russell's released to date, coming in at 120.2 proof. As far as the age statement, it's unknown. They didn't release that, although it's rumored to be about 10 years old. The SRP on this one, it's pretty salty. This is $299.99. So it's about $50 more on the SRP than the Russell's 15 was. And as far as a secondary, you're going to see them for about 500 plus on this. You might see them for a little bit less on some online stores or maybe in a few stores, but I've seen most of them for 500 plus. I even saw one in a store myself a few weeks ago for over 600. I believe they were asking me like 625. 629, something like that, and I definitely walked away from that one. But anyway, let's get into this one and see how it is. Well, I've been looking to get my hands on one of these for quite some time now. Finally did. Passed up on a lot of them in the secondary market, seen them in stores up on shelves for just ridiculous prices, and I just was not going to pay that for it. But found this at just about SRP, so I grabbed it, and let's see how this is. See how it is on the nose. That's nice. That's a nice nose. Boy, I'm getting like some just raisins. Getting raisins in there, dark cherry. Getting some caramel. A little bit of oak, not a lot, just a little bit in there. Man, that's a nice nose. Damn nice. Whew. Nice. Yeah, I had somebody send me a comment recently on one of the videos, I can't remember which one, said too much swirling, and I know I have a tendency to do that constantly. And it's a habit with not just whiskey. If I have just like a, glass of water or something, I find myself doing it. So it's habit, sorry. All right, let's get on this palate. Get on the palate. That's nice. And that dark cherry is carrying over right into the palate. Very, very prominent, not very strong. It's almost not quite medicinal, that cherry, but almost. But it's not like a syrupy cherry. It's more like a spicy cherry. You know what? It's more like a cherry tobacco. It's what that is. It's not like a leathery tobacco. It's a cherry, tobacco. Getting like a toffee in with that cherry, man, that's good. That's a good combination. Still getting some of those raisins. The oak is definitely coming through more on the palate than it did on the nose, much more. And I'm good with that. Sorry, I gotta keep swirling. This is really good. And it better be for that price point because it's pretty salty. Now coming into the finish, starting to get some spice in there. Not a cinnamon, it's more of like a baking spice. They're like an allspice, is what I'm getting. Man, there's a lot of cherry in there. I'm liking this. I could pour this shit over ice cream and eat it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Everything, that cherry's definitely carrying through even into the finish with some oak and that, allspice in there. This is a really, really good pour. And like I said, it's salty on this one, and at $2.99 for SRP, that's a lot. That's a lot of money for a bottle. So, it's not, it's not something you're just going to run out and buy and down this bottle, get ready to go get another one or anything like this. This is, something you're going to sip on and enjoy, share it with friends and family. The Russell's 15 last year was just a fantastic bottle. That one is just, an exceptionally good bottle, those that come out once in a while. And it was $50 less SRP than this. And, is this one $50 better from what I can recall? I don't think so. That Russell's was just so good. But this is a good bottle. The only knock on it to me is that price point's really, really high on this, but it is good. As far as a rating, it's good. I might rate it a little bit higher, but because of that cost associated with this, I'll go 9.3 on this. I think that's a good score. This is a very, very good whiskey. I'd like to, what I'm going to do? Give me just a second. I'm going to grab my Russell's 15 and let's just compare these side by side to see how they are. I'll be right back. So I grabbed the Russell's 15 here. Been a little bit since I've had it. And by a little bit, I mean like a week or so since I've had a little bit of it, but I just had this. So anyway, I would like to do a little comparison between the two. They're pretty similar in proof, 120.2 on this, 117.2 I believe on this one. Yep, 117.2 on the Russell's 15. And I can tell right away in the glasses, if you can see that Russell's 15 is a bit darker than that Russell's Reserve single Rickhouse Camp Nelson B. But let's see how these are. Yeah. Yeah, this is a great bottle right here. Let me check out this Russell's 15. Grab a sip of water here real quick. This was such a great bottle. Holy crap. There I go with that swirl. That's so just deep, rich, dark caramel. Yeah, the Russell's 15 is just a darker, richer, more, caramel taste, a hint of leather tobacco in there, where this Russell's Reserve single Rickhouse is a little brighter, a little bit lighter, and while it had that tobacco, is more like a cherry tobacco, where this is more of a darker leather tobacco. While I'm getting some cherry in this, definitely a lot more cherry in this over here. This is more caramel, just a deeper, darker, richer taste on the palate. They're both good. I think what it's really going to come down to in these is your own personal preference. You like a heavier cherry, a little bit brighter, lighter note on here. And this, is 120.2, and it does not drink like this, just like the Russell's 15-year did not drink 117.2. Both of them drank a lot less than that. But, the Russell's 15, if you like more of a darker, richer caramel, a little bit of a leather tobacco taste in there with a hint of cherry, this would be the one to go to. They're both great, and if it were me, I like the darker, richer caramel with a hint of cherry a little bit more than the cherry more predominant on here, but that's just my palate. Both of them are fantastic. For $50 less on the SRP, personally, I would go with the Russell's 15, but it's just personal preference. If you like that brighter, cherry note in that and don't mind paying the extra $50, this would be the bottle to go for you. So that's my take on it, and that's all I have to say about that. Well, that's it for this episode. And before I go any further, I would like to give a huge shout out to Harry at B Liquors in Hobart, Indiana for hooking me up with this bottle. If you ever get over in Northwest Indiana, be sure and stop in there. I mean, he always has just a great selection and very, very fair prices. I live quite a ways from there myself, but it is my go-to store, and I get over there quite often. He's the reason I'm going to go bourbon broke, I think. But anyway, if you did enjoy the episode, please hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell. If you'd like to check out some Bourbon Broke stuff, just go to bourbonbroke.com and check out everything on there. That's it for tonight. And remember, keep your friends close and your bourbon closer. Cheers.